I need to know how to fix iPad Air not charging.
I'm assuming you actually plugged the charging cable in.
Of course it is plugged in.
And that the cable is properly plugged into both the lightning port and the power source, whatever you're using.
If that's the problem, the iPad Air user is the root cause.
Ditto if you are trying to play games on the device while it is trying to charge, so you essentially keep it at low charge.
I can play on other devices while it charges.
Good, since it is a dead loss charging if you try to use the iPad Air as a spare screen or play graphics-intensive games. There's also the question of whether you damaged the pins in the port.
Nothing looked broken.
Doesn't mean pins got bent bouncing around in your pocket, or that there isn't lint buildup in the port so it can't connect well.
I could clean it with a paper clip to make sure.
That'll damage the pins. Use a toothpick instead, and get a cover to help prevent that from happening the next time it rides around in your pocket.
What else can I try?
Compressed air if you don't want to literally blow it yourself.
I meant as another possible thing to fix so it can charge.
If you're charging via a wall plug, make sure the wall plug is plugged in all the way and the power to that particular plug isn't off.
Don't tell me the device isn't charging because I don't have power. My lights are fine.
Doesn't mean you turned on the power strip where all of the other device chargers are plugged in. Or that the particular plug hasn't blown a fuse because you run so much power through it.
Everything else is charging.
If you were charging via Mac, the charging would be slower than via a power outlet, and I don't think it would charge at all, if the computer wasn't itself connected to power and turned on.
This isn't a case of my plugging it into charge, and then getting upset it isn't fully charged in 10 minutes.
At least you can try changing charging methods to see if the problem is the wall plug or Mac plug.
I know the MacBook won't charge at all, unless the MacBook is plugged in if you've got it configured to preserve battery power.
And you have to connect it to the Mac itself, since the keyboard connected to the USB port of the Mac can't deliver enough power to charge the iPad Air.
I didn't think one device could be literally saving itself.
You can try shifting to charging through a proper connection to a MacBook that is clearly able to recharge. And if that doesn't cause the iPad Air to charge, you need to start looking for another cable.
There are plenty in the tangled mess in my drawer.
And if that fails, you can try buying a new charging cable before you try paying for a new battery in the iPad Air.